My wife wants an open marriage. I don't. And my name is Paul Friedman. I am the founder of the Marriage Foundation, and I'm going to address this without passing any judgment, because we live in a society now where it's amazing to me, because I understand marriage, but so many people have no problem with an open marriage. And the reason why is because they don't understand the complexity, the depth, and the benefits of marriage. So they have an idea of marriage that's rather mundane. And it may include loyalty, and an open marriage certainly isn't. But the idea of marriage to many people in our society is a sort of, I use the term mundane, let's use the word material. So it's almost like a business arrangement. And it's a friends with benefits, but you're married. And there's something about that that is appealing to people only because they don't know about marriage. So let's first talk about marriage. And then maybe you will understand why there's something lacking in your marriage that is big enough so that your wife would even have these thoughts. So we can easily imagine a mundane material marriage, but let's talk about what marriage is supposed to be. You get married with two ideals that are either subconsciously there or consciously there. One is that you want to be happier, and you want that happiness to increase every single day of your life. So in contrast, that's not happening in your marriage, clearly. The second, and it is really the foundation of marriage, is you get married in order to experience unconditional love. Obviously, none of us are capable of absolutely giving unconditional love. That's sort of God's domain. But by striving to do so, we are moving in the right direction, and love becomes an ever-expanding part of your marriage. So that's a healthy marriage. It's a spiritual marriage. It's spiritual because we are souls, we have a body and we have a mind, and because the focus is on a tangible intangible. The psychologists refer to love as an abstract. But we all know that it's much more than an abstract, because we've all experienced love. And it's tangible. No, you can't touch it, you can't see it, but it's like the wind, you know it's there. And the thing is, the reason why there's so much resistance to identifying love commonly is because it's truly spiritual, and people don't like to acknowledge God. The only people who do are those who are spiritual or religious. But a lot of people, they don't like the idea of God, but that doesn't mean that you're not a soul. You're a soul, your wife is a soul, I'm a soul, we're all souls. And so we experience the nature of the soul, which is love. And it gives us much more satisfaction than anything else there is. And many people taste this love in the form of family relations, or they're touching the surface when they get married. But you know, it's interesting because almost everyone experiences love at a wedding. There's that moment when you feel that overwhelming feeling of love. Everyone has that experience. So that's why you get married. So, knowing that, what is missing in your marriage that your wife would seek to have relations with other people? And maybe you have children, and that's why she doesn't want to end the marriage, because she knows your children need your marriage. But what can you do about this? Well, you can study up on marriage. That's one way, using one of my books, because it covers marriage really well. Typically, for other problems that are not as big as this one, because this is a big problem, that would be fine. But your marriage, when she's asking for an open marriage, she's asking for a divorce, whether it's in the form of papers and legal. It's only a step out the door. So you have to recognize that your marriage is sliding towards its end. So the question is not so much about how do I learn how to be married? You're sliding. You're heading down, and it's going to get steeper and steeper, and the momentum's going to build. So you need something that will radically pull you as an individual in the right direction of fulfilling her needs in the marriage. And that doesn't include things like taking her on vacation or giving her better sex or anything like that. Those are material. But remember, what I said is the most important, is the feeling of unconditional love, the feeling of happiness. So think about marriage as a container. There's just two of you in it, and I call it the sacred space of marriage. And so it's you and her. Obviously, you don't know her very well, do you? But you don't know yourself very well either, and you don't understand marriage. So we have to start. And so I'm trying to get you to hear that there is a course for men that we have that literally begins with understanding yourself as a man, but in a very deep way. Because one of the principles that I've discovered is essential for marriage is that you have to be able to control your mind, which means you have to understand how your mind works. I'm not talking about like a car where you get in and you turn the key. I'm talking about when a mechanic gets in the car and he turns the key and he immediately hears everything is okay. You have to understand your mind, yourself. Biologically, you're a male, so you have to understand what's happening in your mind that's being motivated by your male biology. So you have to understand yourself, and that's where the course begins, with teaching you about your mind, which is critical. Critical. I've been doing this for many, many years, and I'm telling you, this is the place to start. And you also have to understand her mind and how it works, which we cover in the courses. So that is very important for you to begin there. And frankly, I don't know anyone else who does it this way. And so you get that, and then you start getting into the marriage and how to redefine it. But first, you have to redefine yourself. And we have free counselors and counselors who come with the course. So as you get into it, you're able to start first learning. I teach you it's called the SO technique, which helps you control your mind. It's a tool. And then after that becomes habitual, you could start interacting with the counselors, and you ask them, what should I do? Here's the situation. And like that. So your marriage is sliding, here's the bottom line, your marriage is sliding towards divorce. And I don't know what's going on in your wife's head. I could tell you that most women do not really want an open marriage. So there's something else going on, likely, but it's being used as a step towards the end of your marriage. So it's up to you to pull that marriage back together. Don't do guilt trips on her. Just say, I want to think about it. Let her know that you love her, and the thought of you or her giving that love to other people seems to contradict the whole idea of being married. But you'll think about it because you love her and you want to please her. But you never want to go there, that's for sure. I hope this is useful for you. I hope it's helpful for you to have this perspective. Learn more about marriage. Subscribe to the videos. I strongly recommend you get the course for men. And other than that, blessings to you, blessings to your wife. Oh, and like the video, of course, and share it, you know, all that stuff. And I hope this was useful. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope the time was helpful for you. God bless.